Alicia Martini.
And then I don't see Ms. Millar up there. Ms. Moore, are you covering that one from here?
Your Honor, Ms. Martini is pro se.
Give me just a minute, ma'am. So it's on the case ending in 853.
Your Honor, on 6/6 of this year.
Wait, ma'am. Just give me a minute, please, ma'am. So on the new case, Ms. Moore, 25 DV 1023. She's here on a warrant return on that case. She's held on bail on the other case. This is the arraignment on the protection order case. But it looks like they've already set confirmation and trial dates without her being arraigned. How did that happen?
I have no information, Your Honor. Ms. Martini has declined counsel. She wishes to represent herself.
Okay, so hang on just a minute. No trial dates are set on that. On the protection order case, the trial dates are on the trial dates are on the DWLS and the third and operating a motor vehicle with ignition interlock. There's no trial date set on the DV case. Okay, so ma'am, your name is Alicia Martini?
Yes, sir.
And then you're here on a couple of things. You have a that are unrelated. You have some driving offense, so driving with license suspended in the third degree, as well as operating a motor vehicle with without an ignition interlock when it's previously ordered. And then
my original DUI was thrown out.
Just let me, ma'am, let me finish. I'm just telling you what your charges are now. I don't know about prior charges. That's a charge. You may have a defense to it. I'm just saying that's what you're charged with right now. You're also charged with one count of violation of a protection order. And then you haven't been arraigned on that. We're gonna do that at some point today. So on the violation of a no contact order, and again, these are just allegations, that's a gross misdemeanor. That carries with it a maximum of 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. So anytime anyone's ever charged with a crime, they have a number of rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, I can appoint an attorney to represent you at little or no cost. You're presumed to be not guilty of the crime charge. You cannot be found guilty unless the prosecution proves the elements of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, or unless you enter a plea of guilty. You have the right to remain silent. You're not required to testify against yourself. At the same time, you do have the right to testify on your own behalf if you choose to do so. And finally, if you take this matter to trial and lose or are convicted, you would have the right to appeal your court. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I want to go back to that first right, and that's the right to an attorney. That's an important, and if you can't afford one, as I said, I can appoint one to represent you. And I'm fully prepared to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case that you're in front of me here right now. And most people, pretty much everyone else, when they get the opportunity to have an attorney appointed to represent them, they jump at that chance. But I'm told that you're not as inclined to take advantage of that offer.
Yeah, I'm a sovereign citizen, Your Honor.
Okay. You know, sovereign citizens can take advantage of an attorney as well.
It's okay, I'm pro se.
Okay. Have you ever, so ma'am, have you ever represented yourself before?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever gone through trial, jury trial?
No, I never had to.
Okay. Have you ever been to law school?
Nope, never had to. They got dropped.
And you're not a lawyer?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm a sovereign citizen. My charges got dropped.
Okay, but I'm not sure about these cases, but you understand
they were already NFC'd.
Okay,
these charges were already NFC'd last time I was here in jail.
Okay, so ma'am, you understand the prosecutor in these cases are lawyers. They've been to law school. They understand the rules of evidence, rules of criminal procedures, things you may not be trained on. So you're operating at a pretty serious disadvantage. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And knowing all that, you still wish to represent yourself at this time?
Of course.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only. Was that the only one she's being held on? So you actually have three cases. One was just added. That's why there was a little bit of a confusion. You're charged with on the case 25 DV 1017. Okay, bail's set on that, and it looks like yeah, the new one has $5,000 warrant, but I don't see any bail set on the old one. Okay, so ma'am, you have a court date set on the DWLS and the operation of motor vehicle without an ignition interlock. You have trial confirmation on January 7th. You have trials on January 12th and 13th on the assault in the 4th degree. On the new charge, which is protection order violation, a plea of not guilty will be entered. This matter will get set for a pretrial. We can do that also on, and you're not being held on this is a warrant return on the new charge, the protection order violation. There's $5,000 bond on that. I don't bail on that, or warrants. I'm going to hear from the state on conditions of release on that, and then I'll hear from, I'll come back to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Mr. Libby?
Your Honor, no objection to leaving the conditions that were previously imposed as is. That's the $5,000 bail that was set on December 1st for this new matter, 1023, as well as the previous conditions that were imposed at the prelim all the way back in October 27th.
Which are no criminal law violations, comply with the no contact order?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry. Yes.
On the case ending in 10/17, there's going to be no changes in conditions of release on the case. And then your next court date is January 7th, I think. On the case with the operating motor vehicle without an ignition interlock and the driving with license suspended in the 3rd, that'll no change in those conditions also. There'll be this $1,000 bail set in that case. In the new case where we are setting where you're getting arraigned on, which is case ending in 1023. I'm not going to hold you on that case either. All prior conditions remain. We'll set a pretrial.
On the 178.
We'll do it earlier than that and back these up on the other one. We'll set a pretrial on Wednesday, December 17th. And that'll be it for today here. And then you can be taken back. Do you understand all that, ma'am? Yes.
Can I please fight for my own bail?
Can you
That's
what?
my right. Fight for a PR. That's my right.
That it is, and you that was.
And you said you were going to hear from me, and you didn't.
Okay. I can hear from you now because I'm not holding you on the new charge. They're only being charged on bail on one case. And that was the case that was decided by Commissioner Wool a day or two ago. So if you're asking me to reconsider or redo what he did, yes, you can do that.
Yes, Your Honor, please. Okay, so I've been held for a substantial amount of jail time on both of these charges now. They're both misdemeanors. Neither one is violent. The driving charge, like I said, I'm a sovereign citizen, so I have the right to travel. And also on 6/6/2025, that charge was vacated due to speedy trial rights violated because from 2019 to 2020, I never had a court date set because of COVID. So they vacated that charge on 6/6 of this year. I got a status case report from the Thurston County Clerk on 6/6 stating that case was terminated.
Mr. Libby, what's this? Again, I do that from 2020. Ma'am, I don't see that case was dismissed. I'm looking through the docket now. Looks like you had an attorney for a while on this case.
Yeah, on 6/6 of this year, there was a case status report from the Thurston County Clerk stating that it was terminated or vacated. Terminated. Case terminated due to speedy trial rights because if you notice from 2019 to somewhere late in 2020, there was never a court date set because of COVID.
Okay, so hang on just a minute, ma'am. Mr. Libby, you wanted to say something?
So I'm seeing there was a hearing on
6/6.
June 6/6. I was present for that. I believe the state asked for a motion to continue. Mr. Pazderka objected. The hearings were reset 1 week, and we entered an excluded period.
Right. And then she didn't appear for trial. And a warrant was issued on 6/23.
Yes, I'm seeing that as well. Yes.
So, ma'am, I'm not reading the docket the same way that you are.
Okay, maybe the date that I have is wrong, but it said case terminated. I got a case status report sometime in June, I believe.
Okay, and what my reading of the docket says, you were not here for confirmation on June 6th. The trial was going to be set for June 23rd. You were supposed to be there on June 23rd. You did not appear, and then a warrant was issued at that time. And I don't see anything. One thing that may have been canceled was your trial date was canceled once you missed your court date for a
No,
warrant.
it literally
But the
said
was
case
never met.
terminated.
Please don't, okay. I don't see that. And I don't see that in the docket that I'm looking at.
Your Honor.
And so,
So I'm
If I
asking
may.
to be released so I can get that information for you.
Okay.
go ahead.
Nothing, Your Honor. I'm just trying to clarify stuff.
We'll go ahead if you can. That would be great.
There doesn't, Mr.
If
Chair,
there's
point
ever a
out,
case in need of clarification, this would be it.
there does appear to be a 2017 Superior Court matter that was vacated. I believe it was a Blake case.
I can help, Your Honor.
Oh, I see.
Here, case 17, TAC 1, TAC 04338, TAC 0. I wonder if Ms. Martini is maybe getting that case mixed up. That was a Blake vacation.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, ma'am,
It was case terminated, not vacated. Yes, I had a case vacated as well from the last time I was in prison, but this case was terminated. I'm just asking that I please be PR'd. These are not violent crimes. The victim was not the reporting party of the no contact order violation. I don't have any way to post bail or any way to even contact anybody right now, as the victim was my only person that I had in life, pretty much.
right,
So
ma'am.
I'm just asking that I be please PR'd.
what I'm going to do here for today, ma'am, I'm going to set the protection order. The new protection order will be a pre-trial at on 10 a.m. on December 17th. And then on the, what I will do is this, ma'am. I'll set this back on the calendar for only being held in bail on one case, and that's the DWLS third and the ignition interlock. That's probably been around for quite some time, but now that you've given notice to the state of your wish to have bail reviewed, we'll set this over 24 hours tomorrow, and then we can check in to see whether this thing has actually been vacated or dismissed or what have you. And then we can reconvene tomorrow for a bail hearing on the DWLS in the third case. And then the other can be backed up to it. All right? Now,
Your Honor, one more thing. So is the defendant not being held on that new charge, that violation of protection order? There was bail imposed. Is that being?
No, that was a warrant was issued in the amount of $5,000. She was picked up on the warrant. Now the warrant's been served. So now we go forward. Then I make a decision as to whether set bail or something like that. That's my reading of the docket.
My reading of the docket, Your Honor, is that there was a warrant FTA at December 1st, and Commissioner Wool imposed $5,000 bail on that new protection order violation.
Give me a minute. And that's the 1023 case, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you did say, yeah, I see that now. I didn't hear Rayner on that day. Do you know why it wasn't arraigned on that date?
I don't have any other notes, Your Honor, other than bail was
why was
imposed and
he-
arraignment was just set for today. I don't know why it was set for today.
I don't either. And that was that was Monday?
Yes.
We'll just put all these on tomorrow. Do all these on tomorrow for conditions of release and set all that. We can